Megan, Carver, Plexus Ambassador, and today we are doing the P4Plexus Diaries with Emily Roberts. Hi, Emily. Thanks so much for joining us today.
I'm really, really excited about this. I am excited to tell you a little bit that it's okay to be a mom and it's okay to be a businesswoman. When you combine the two worlds together, really cool things can happen. So I'm really excited to share with anyone this a little bit later or live, or I'm really pumped.
Yeah, good. So let's get started. Today, again, we're talking about mom-trepreneurs, so moms specifically who are involved with Plexus. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started with Plexus, how you heard about it, and kind of what your journey has been? Because you've just become Diamond Ambassador, right?
Yes. So it took me about 21 months to get to the top of this company, and to do anything like that, network marketing, under 2 years is like crazy awesome. And so it still kind of hasn't sunk in yet. Like, people are like, you just went diamond. I'm like, oh yeah, I did. Like, it's so surreal. It's super cool. So this guy right here, yeah. Are you seeing him? Yeah. This guy right here is really when it all started. I heard about Plexus through Facebook. My mom had actually been a customer to a Diamond Ambassador, like January of 2014, and I tried it. It wasn't too bad. I loved my diet soda at the time, so I was not about to give that up. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, have fun with that. It doesn't taste bad, but I'm just gonna, things will work out." We've all said that before, I think. So I stick to my gym routine. My mom felt better, and she was like, "I don't know, Emily, you should probably check this out." Sure enough, about 7 months later, it shows up on my newsfeed again, and it was from a military spouse that I had the pleasure of knowing in San Diego. Our husbands deployed to Afghanistan together, and this is her first deployment that she'd ever experienced, and it was my fourth. And so she was like, "Help me, I don't know what I'm doing, I miss my husband, I'm so bored with my kids, what do I do?" So we just kind of became really close, and we bonded, and she told me about Plexus, and I rolled my eyes, and I was like, "Oh, I don't need that." And she was like, "I'm telling you, it's different, better. You should totally do my team. This is so you. You love to work out. You love fitness. Why wouldn't you do this too?" And I'm like, I have a 6-month-old. I do not have time for that. I'm learning to be a mom. This is my first child, and now he's 2. And I had no idea what I was doing. And my husband was deployed. I wasn't about to take on some business. We've all done that business before. I didn't have time for parties. I didn't have time for inventory. I just wanted to focus on school, get through the rest of the deployment, and spend time with my baby. And she was like, "Okay, well, here's my website if you want to look at it." So I did. It was July 4th of 2014. Everyone was out partying, doing fireworks. I wasn't. I was inside with the baby, trying to make sure he wasn't scared of all the crazy noise. And I did. I Googled and Googled and Googled Plexus inside and out. I read the good, bad, and the ugly. And I thought to myself, I kind of like to not necessarily prove people wrong, but I was like, I just need to see for myself. I need to see for myself this Plexus thing is all cracked up to be. So I'm going to join, and I'm going to get the best discount because I have no money, none to my name. Yes, my husband and I had a shared joint account, but I didn't. I left corporate America to become a stay-at-home mom, so I wasn't bringing in. When I say that, that's what I mean. So mom guilt, right? When we asked to get our nails done, we asked to get our hair done, and our husband's sole breadwinner, I knew starting her business or asking to buy supplements was going to be awkward. And so I did it via email, and I was like, "Hey, babe, so there's this stuff called Plexus, and I know you're not going to get this tomorrow." I was like, "I am, but I'm really interested in it. They do pretty natural. I don't think anything that I can pronounce. And I just really want to know what you think about it. And I think I'm going to join the club." He replies, "No, you're not." I was like, "Oh crap." So now what do I do? I joined anyways. I had been babysitting, house sitting, and dog sitting. Not exaggerating when I say those 3 things. One of my aunts had a really wealthy friend, and she knew I was a single mom, and it was my husband was deployed, and she was going out of town, so she said, "Come watch my dogs, come watch my house," for about a week, and she left me a very generous amount for doing that. So I saved that up, had a bank account from right before we got married. It sounds terrible, but I put it in that bank account because I didn't want my husband to know. And I joined, and I was ready to figure out if these were the products that I needed that were going to help me get over my plateau, feel better, be the best mom that I could be for my baby. So I got my products. I was ready to rock and roll, and they changed everything for me. When we say the word mompreneur, you're mixing your mom life to CEO life together, and that makes you a mompreneur. You cannot be a mompreneur if you do not have energy. Let me tell you, when your blood sugars are regulated, your hormones in your body are in balance, you have that natural, sustainable energy that lasts all day long, and you last longer than your kids. Winning. That is what I call a good day. And that's what Plexus was doing for me. I was feeling my best. I had so much energy. I was able to finish my full-time school, be a full-time mom, and work out 2 days at the gym. Right when we woke up in the morning, and then after we went to bed at night, I was pumped. I was so determined to look great for my husband and for my family, and mission accomplished. So Facebook is really what opened me up to this Plexus thing, and kind of what introduced me to the idea of working in as a business. When I joined, it was strictly for a discount, and strictly because I had some baby weight. I was not ready to be a mompreneur. I was not looking for a business. I didn't really know what came with the Plexus business side. I just knew I was getting this discount for joining. So the business kind of came later, and it was super exciting to get that going.
And so that actually leads perfectly into my next question, which is how Plexus fits into your life as a mom, like as both as a supplement, which you talked a little bit about energy, and also as a business, because I know a lot of moms are curious about having some additional income for their homes.
Absolutely. So the product wise, fitting into my life, I won't lie. In the beginning, you have crazy mommy brain when you become a parent, and when I say mommy brain, I mean you're kind of standard brain. You put the remote in the fridge. You leave clothes in the washing machine for 3 days, and you go and check them, and you're like, oh my God, something died or something. That's real life. So I had to set alarms. I literally have, so I have an iPhone. If you go and you open your iPhone, so the alarms, I had pink drink, Bioplane, Probiotic 5, and I had reminders to remind myself because I just wanted to keep my baby alive and feed him and keep him clean because I didn't know what I was doing. I was still trying to figure out how to be a mom and be a healthy mom at that. So that's what I did because consistency is key to a healthy lifestyle. You have to be consistent. I honestly say I haven't missed a day of Plexus on this journey. No, there's days that I missed some. I'm not perfect, not anymore, but I sure try to get the consistency in on a daily basis. So set some alarms. It's okay. Set them until you get into a daily routine. As for the business, you have to fit it into the nooks and crannies of your life. You have to find out where it fits in. And for those of us that have now grown teams and we are very successful, you have to set business hours. We talk about Plexus freedom and time freedom and all of these things that we get to do because Plexus has opened those up for us. But who are we kidding if we just stay on our phones and stay on our computers and work? We don't enjoy that freedom that it allows. So setting business hours has been fabulous. I did not commit to them the first time I set them because I was just too excited to keep growing. But now, as a Diamond Ambassador, it's important to make sure your family's first. Right now, this is what my house looks like. Right now, from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern are my business hours. So I just started working this afternoon, and this is what happens. So when I'm done working, I go and I pick it up and I become mommy again. Right now I'm mompreneur, and in a minute I'll be mommy. So this is just what that looks like. And I'm not going to tell him to stop because I want y'all to know this is real life. This is what it looks like when I'm working on Plexus business. Yeah, rebuilding.
Okay, that's great. So it sounds like, and that's actually something that I know people who aren't moms, like I'm not a mom, for example, and I have a really hard time setting business hours and like not taking my phone with me to bed just to check to see if anybody else has asked me about Plexus or something, because I do get really excited about it. So I've heard about business hours really being key to not burning yourself out. So another thing I was going to ask, because I know that you mentioned that your husband also does Plexus, and that's something that I know that a lot of moms and dads and, you know, couples have thought about doing, you know, Plexus together. Just out of curiosity, with your husband, like, how do you feel that it works for you guys? Do you do Plexus as a team? Do you guys kind of keep it separate? Like, what does that look like for two people who are both investing in Plexus for their health and as a business?
So health-wise, we take different products. I mean, we take, most of them are the same. I'm a nursing mom, so I'm avoiding anything like that has thermogenic aspect to it, like Boost or the Accelerator, which has 5-HTP. I'm not trying to mess up the serotonin levels for him. He's perfectly he is. So do I miss those products? Yes, but I'm keeping it as natural as can be with our triplex combo, and my husband takes that also. However, he is a gym rat. He's certified in nutrition and health. He loves a good fat burning supplement that's natural and doesn't have gunk in it. So he loves Boost. That's his pre-workout. He completely replaced his pre-workout with that. And he loves that it makes him sweat. And he feels like it's great for fat loss if we work out hard. And so we kind of are on different spectrums as for that. My baby down here, you can't see him, but he's 7 weeks old. So right now our Plexus product journeys are different. But as for working the business, we completely do it together. He's more introverted. That's why he didn't agree to do one of these. But I'm the socialite. I'm the social butterfly. I'll talk to a wall. So it's kind of nice because we can combine those two efforts together. He is usually the mastermind behind some of my really great videos and posts that I share, because it's like, this is what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it, but you can say it. So you like the video. You got it. So we work our businesses together in that sense. He is a military guy. So a lot of our contacts and people on his team come from the military or government jobs, and they get it, and they get our lifestyle. So he's built his team more on that side as opposed to me, which I know all the mommies. I know tons of moms. I meet them at parks and the grocery store and wherever I'm at. And so we work our businesses kind of different, but we do really them together.
Awesome. And so then in terms of like, so now you've been on Plexus for how long? How long have you been taking Plexus?
Since July 4th, or not July 4th, well, the end of July. So July 2014 to now, so about 21 months.
And you've been an ambassador for how long?
Same exact time. I started the products when I joined. I went into this blindly.
Okay. And so since you've had a good amount of time to really get into the business and, you know, now you're a diamond, what do you think is like the hardest thing and the best thing about being a Plexus ambassador?
So the best thing about being an ambassador is wholesale pricing, obviously. Everyone likes a discount. I mean, don't lie, all these moms watching this right now, you love the dollar section at Target, right? It's kind of like that. The wholesale prices with Plexus is your Target dollar section. No, it's not a dollar, but it's the best prices for the best products. I think another great thing about Plexus, aside from the products on the business side, is the friendships. I did not know I needed friends. I didn't. I know it sounds silly, but I had friends. I have a great mom. She's like my best friend. I did not think I needed friendships. I was so wrong. The amount of friendships and the moms and the dads and the stories that I've heard and met and felt along the way, they have not only inspired me to continue to keep doing what I'm doing, but they fill up your cup. They fill up your cup and they remind you to do this and that other moms are doing it, other dads are doing it. So why can't all of our stay-at-home parents do it? So I feel like that's one of the best parts. That's one of the best parts of being a mom in this business. Now, one of the harder parts of being a mom and a Plexus ambassador are two things. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, is learning to work your business and learning to just be a mom. In the beginning, I would get so stressed out and I would have these really irritable days and I couldn't figure out why I was feeling so ill. I thought it was my kid. I'm like, oh, you're just so annoying. And it wasn't that. I wasn't finding that balance. And that goes back to those business hours we were talking about. I wasn't finding that balance. He wanted my attention. And I was trying to grow some Plexus empire, which I had just gotten started, so that wasn't the case. So finding that balance early on was really hard for me, as well as understanding that Results don't happen overnight, not with your business and not with your body. That's not real life. We live in a very quick, fixing society right now, and that's not how it should be. Sterling, do not touch that. No. I'm not just showing her my TV. Hey, no, take it over there and see.
Oh.
I'm gonna hold the burger. Let's eat the TV. All right. He's good now. He's watching this movie. Those two things are what people look for all the time, are a quick fix, and they don't want something to happen consistently. Well, with Plexus, learning that and accepting that has really changed my perspective on my outward appearance. Right now, patience after having a second child. You're not going to have a six-pack after you burst out your baby. You're not Kim Kardashian. You don't have millions of dollars to go hide for 2 weeks to come back looking brand spanking new. It don't work that way. And I think realizing that and learning how the body works and how when you treat it nicely and you take the time to work on it and fix the inside first, you'll see that the results last. And you don't have to go get makeover surgery. That you can keep what the good Lord gave you and make it look better and make it feel better. So those two things were really hard for me in the beginning, but now I understand them and I can teach others that it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait in this business. It doesn't matter if it takes you 10 years to go to the top of the company, especially with Plexus, which is not that hard to do. You're not sitting in a cubicle 9 to 5 away from your baby. You get to watch them grow up. You get to watch them take their first steps. You get to change these terrible diapers. You get to see their eyes light up when daddy comes home, or when you go to the park, or you take them to the turkey shoot for the first time. Those things are very important to me, as I know they are to other moms and dads. And I feel like Plexus has offered us that freedom and that time that daycare would take away from us. Oh my gosh, she's getting naked.
Okay. So then my last question, because this is so great. I think this is awesome information, not only for moms, but anybody who's like in the business at all. Like this can be a really trying, time-consuming thing, and you want it to be quick, but it's going to take the time it takes. Yeah. So my last question is, what is your favorite Plexus product and why?
This was such a hard question. Disclaimer, she gave me the questions beforehand, so I wouldn't lose my mind trying to. I had to really think hard about this because I love the triplex combo because they all do different things for us. But I had to pick one. It would be biochem, and that is because it keeps our bodies alkaline, detoxed, cleansed, and energized, and it has magnesium. It's rich in magnesium, which most of Americans are very deficient in. Like 94% of Americans are deficient in magnesium. So it's a great supplement that's natural enough to take. I used it during my pregnancy and while I was breastfeeding. My lactation consultant absolutely loved that I was using it because it wasn't a laxative and it wasn't something that would hurt me and him, like by eliminating a lot. You know what I mean? It's friendly. It's a friendly cleanse. And it's something that I use every day. I absolutely love it after workouts. A lot of people don't understand that you need that magnesium to re-energize your body and oxygenate the blood. So after a good workout, take your bio cleanse and you're set for the rest of the day. You feel great, your blood's pumping, and you stay energized. You don't feel like you need half of it. So that's my favorite product.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much, Emily. I love chatting with you. And if you guys have any questions for Emily or any questions for me, feel free to message me directly. And yeah, thanks so much and have a wonderful day.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Bye.